us know how we can promote you. George Miller has 70% of his funds come from the unions, and he does anything the unions want. I'm a charter vice president member of an old union in the fire department, is where I'm retired from for 36 years, and we have dealings back there, and they just say anything you want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying they're a liar, a hypocrite, not me, no. You know, you can see that for yourself. I'm getting tired of it. He doesn't hold town hall meetings, he hides. The best thing you can do, if you can do it, is get him on the telephone. I've never had that happen. You know, I'm tired of this psychobabble, this glittering generality of superfluous rhetoric. And that's all it is. He's a liar, in my opinion. Oh, I gotta say that so he can't sue me or whatever, you know?
No problem. How you
at it with this guy?
Yeah.
He's followed on the coats of Kennedy's thing there, you know, and we all know what happened to Edward Kennedy. I think his conscience got to him. He died of cancer of the brain, didn't he? Pardon me, you know. Hey, I don't pull any punches. I tell it like it is. I've had it. We got a president, in my opinion, and he got it circulated out there, and he got his footprint on his birth certificate. I want to see his big toe. I'm done with this guy. You know, he's got a seat on the UN Security Council, the first president in the history of this country. First president in the history of this country, never went to Arlington. First president never went to the Army-Navy game. Now, he was too busy to go to Arlington. He had to go to his, put on a vacation for his daughter or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing on the Arlington thing.
I'm done with it.
As a 21-year veteran of the United States Air Force and still serving, when my commander-in-chief, my president, decided that as an afterthought on his vacation back home to just stop by a small military cemetery, I was offended. I was. Really? I'm just kind of a side note to you. I'm defending this country with my life. I'm defending you, sir, as my commander-in-chief with my life on your orders, and I'm just an afterthought? Thanks. No, I didn't like that one bit. How you can support me? You do. Just like I said in the small speech I had. You do what you're good at. You write letters, write letters. Let people know. The biggest gap, gap between today and Victory in November is people don't know me in this district and they haven't heard my message. That is what's standing between today and November 2nd with victory. So get my name out there, get my message out there, do your part, and go out there. Les, you've got that big truck that you put that sign on. Les is out there, has my sign on his truck driving around.
Bigger sign.
Bigger sign, I'll give you a 4x8. It's coming. Volunteer for my campaign. I have an incredible grassroots organization. It was over 120 strong for the primary, and it's growing almost daily now. Okay, I won that primary because of them. That's how we're going to win this thing in November. I don't have the time to shake everybody's hand. You be my surrogate. You get out there. Come volunteer at my campaign and get involved. I'll have something for you to do. You are needed on Rick Tubbs' campaign. And it's not me, right? It's not my campaign. It's our campaign. Okay? This campaign is us. It's just my name is the brand name. Okay? Now, the next thing you do is donate, right? I need money. It's an unfortunate reality of how to get the message out. But to pay for an ad in the newspaper, to pay for TV commercials, to pay for flyers, it takes money. And I don't have all that money. I'm just like you. I'm a normal guy. So I'm relying on contributions from people. And so far, I've had more contributions from small contributions than big ones. We'll get more big ones, but we're doing okay. But you do your part. If you have some extra money, throw it my way. Help me out. Be a part of the campaign somewhere, somehow. Get the name, get the message out there. That is what needs to happen between now and then. So, any other questions on that one? I'm going to wrap up because I could go all day and some of you could as well, but not all of us can. So I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to hang around and answer more questions. Come up, talk to me, let me know how you're thinking. I will leave you with this thought. We have to turn 1 out of 3 Democrats to vote for George Miller. Peter, you're one of them. How long have you voted for George Miller?
Too many years.
Too many years, right? And now you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're going to vote for me?
Probably so.
There's one. We need to turn 1 out of 3 Democrats to win this election. In this current environment, and with this candidate, I say that in third person because I feel funny talking about myself. But anyways, with what I bring to the table, that is more than doable. Okay, that is more than doable. And as I've gone out, I've started to campaign to Democrats now because I know I have you guys. You've heard the message. You're along, your message is my message. That's why you're going to vote for me, because it's our message. But I've gone to the Democrats already, because that's where I need to win those votes. And I am being received very, very well, at a number much higher than 1 out of 3. You'd be surprised. I have yet to have anybody stick their finger in my chest and say, George Miller's our guy and we need to stick with him. Okay, I'll give you another a quick story about a gal in Richmond that I told her, I'm running for Congress against George Miller. Her head just about snapped off, right? Oh, that's our guy. You can't, you're bad. She didn't say that, but that was her attitude. And then I told her I'm running because I want to balance the budget. We need to do that for our children and grandchildren, blah, 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 right? And she said, I don't care if the government goes in more debt. If it's between the government going into more debt or me getting my money, I want my money. And I didn't tell her that in my head I'm thinking, do you know how hard I work for your money? Do you know how hard my children are going to have to work to pay off your money? I didn't go into that. But I did stick to message. And I worked the crowd a little more. And as I was leaving, that person came up to me, grabbed me by the elbow and said, you know what? You're right. We can't afford to keep spending the money we're spending. If I can get that message to that person, you know we can get that to 1 out of 3 Democrats. And that's why I am so confident that we will win this election if we can simply get the message out. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, be a part of this. Don't ever give up. Keep working hard because it's worth it. And it's worth it for you. You darn right it's worth it for those kids over there that you have and I have. It's worth it. So thank you very much, so much for what you're doing here. Toby and Peter are great guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to happen in Benicia. Thank you.
Thank all of you for coming. I want to remind you of our next general membership meeting. It's going to be up at the Firehouse on Hastings. Some people call it the West End Hose Company. The last Thursday of July. I believe the hours are 6:30 to 8. We need to have you there. We need to hear your ideas in order to give us some direction so we know what it is you want us to do for you.